What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the first oil change myself on my 2020 Duramax right here behind me. Now I wanted to do like a full maintenance thing on this today. Oil filter, oil change, fuel filter. But the thing is, at the dealer, they do not have a fuel filter in stock for my 2020 truck. They said it's about a month and a half out because of the whole GM strike backlog and all that stuff still, and everything else is going on. So that's about a month and a half out. I'm looking online currently for one, but today we're just gonna do the oil change on this truck. So I'm gonna go ahead here now, and we'll start it up, back it out of the garage, warm it up, and we'll go ahead and do the oil change. We're gonna back it out of the garage right now, let the truck warm up, and go on a little drive just to get the oil nice and warm. Just because these diesels hold so much oil, just to warm it all up. I also got the other wheels and tires swapped back on. My hostels, I got them back on, and the truck drives a lot better now. They're not like really loud like they used to be. They're nice and quiet. Well, as quiet as it's gonna get for a mud tire. But we got all those back on, so let's go ahead here now, get it started up. This is gonna be the first oil change since it had all the engine modifications done to the truck. I'm really curious to see on how the oil is going to be, how dirty it's going to be. But after this oil change, hopefully it'll stay nice and clean for me here. The oil pressure has come down a lot. I'm ready to get going down this little drive, and we'll get her nice and warmed up here. And also to the message for the death message that I showed you guys a couple videos back that I had. I showed the fix in a video on how to make that go off, and it's still working great for me. I probably went 500, 600 miles, and the message is still off. Also too, if you guys need my MDI2, let me know. We can work something out and I can ship it out to you to make your check's air filter message go off. I didn't fix mine yet because everyone always has my tool. I never have it myself to do my truck. So once I get that back, I'll get mine fixed up. I also have like step-by-step instructions on how to make this go off. A lot of people are saying it's a GM issue and it's GM's fault why this message is on and blah, blah, blah. That's total BS. This message can go off if you have the MDI2 and you do the reset with it. So if you guys need that, like I said, let me know and we'll get your truck running great for you guys. And as you can hear now with the alignment, my tires are not loud at all. They're just like normal tires. I thought mud tires were always just that loud because they were like that ever since I put them on the truck. But obviously I was wrong. They're still kind of loud. The stock tires were definitely a lot quieter. But these really don't bother me anymore. Like before, they were so overwhelmingly loud. It was like annoying me a lot. But truck's basically running great now. My tuning's great. There's a lot of new L5P tuning companies coming out recently popping up that you see. I want to talk about that real quick. There's a lot of new companies popping up. And I've been reaching out to a lot of them to see if they want me to like review their tunes or test them out and let you guys know what I think about them, because there's like a lot of companies coming up. So I'm trying to get in with a lot of them and try their tunes. Unfortunately though, like I call them and they don't call me back, which is like really weird. Like you think they'd want the business, but yeah, hopefully some of them get back to me here pretty soon and we can load in some different companies' tunes and see how they are compared to the current tuning that I'm running. Now that we got it all warmed up, we're gonna go ahead here now and change the oil. I actually had to go out and buy a different drain bucket because these Duramaxes hold like 10 quarts of oil, and we did not have a drain bucket big enough. So I used one for coolant, and I want to mix it with the oil. So I went ahead and brought another one just for the oil. Like I said, these trucks hold a lot of oil, so it's gonna be a couple minutes here to drain out. Like I said, I'm really curious on how dirty it is, so let's go ahead here now and get that drained out. It's looking like it's going to be a 15mm bolt. Let's go ahead here now and drain this out. I'm curious to see how much this guy romped this bolt on from the dealership. Wow, not bad. I thought that was going to be really romped on there, but it wasn't. Oh yeah, that's nice and black. Wow, that is on fire. And as we're letting that drain out, I just want to talk about real quick the oil I'm going to use. I'm switching over to Shell 5-weight-40. Now, where I live in Pennsylvania, it really doesn't get above like 75 degrees too often, but it gets really cold in the winter, so 5-weight's going to work best for me, and it's synthetic. I looked at the 15-weight stuff, and I couldn't really find a synthetic oil. They probably don't even make it, to be honest. So I'm going to run this for now and just see how it treats me. I actually got a really good deal on this stuff. I got 3 2.5-gallon containers. It was on sale. It was only like 30 bucks for 2.5 gallons, which I couldn't beat. The 15 weight is even more expensive, and I was thinking about switching over to 5-weight. So let me know what you guys run. I'm really curious. I also got an AC Delco filter. Now on the 2020 trucks, they actually switched over to like a more heavier duty oil cooler. But the weird part is that they actually downgraded to a smaller filter. As you can see, the filter's a lot smaller. So yeah, that's like the one real downfall. I don't understand why they did that. Probably just for clearance with the 10-speed, I bet, is why they had to go with a smaller filter. But when the oil gets drained, we'll go ahead and install this filter, add the oil, and we'll be good to go. And two, I forgot to mention, I got this huge funnel from Walmart. I think it was like $2 or $3. It's gonna be really handy when you're dumping in like 10 quarts of oil, that you have a huge funnel to dump it into. So yeah, just to throw that out there, like $3 at Walmart come in really handy here. Also too, when I was gonna do all this maintenance in my truck, like the oil change and everything like that, I wanted to get a fuel filter too from the dealership. But the guy said that, I don't know how true it is, but he was telling me that it's different on the 2020 trucks versus the 17 through 19s. If anyone can confirm that, let me know. But I was looking around and I thought they were exact same, but he said that they didn't stock fuel filters at the dealership, which I thought was really weird because like that's a really common thing to do on these trucks. And he said it's coming from Michigan and it'd be about a month and a half before he can actually get me a filter. So if any of you guys know if the filters are the same through 17 through 19 through 20, let me know down below and I'll get a 17 through 19 one, and I'll do that sometime here soon. Let's go ahead here now and get this filter taken off. Yeah, it looks like for clearance reasons. Oh yeah. Maybe you can get a bigger filter on there. Let me see. Yeah, if you definitely relocate this here, you can definitely get the bigger filter on here. So let's go ahead here now, get this off, and get the new one installed. I just hate taking my truck to the dealer because they really romp this filter on here and I cannot get it off. So I'm going to keep trying here for a minute, see if I get it off, but they really romp this on here like way too much. Even, I'm surprised the bolt wasn't romped on there, but this filter, they really over tighten it on here. So I'm going to keep working on it for a bit. So we finally got it off, but man, did they really romp that filter on there. That thing was on there super, super tight. So this one, people love like really over tightening things. Like you can only put that on like hand tight. Maybe do like a quarter turn, that's all you need. That was like a turn and a half too much. The new one, we'll get that on there the right way. Now that we got the new filter on, all the oil changed out, let's go ahead here now and add the new oil. Okay, now that we're topped off with oil, we're gonna go ahead here now and start it up, check for leaks, and then we'll be done with this job. Check for leaks, we're good to go. We'll let it run for a little bit, then we'll check the level. Then that will be it. I was kind of concerned when I switched oil, or when I changed the oil, I was gonna get that typewriter tick, but it actually sounds a lot better than it did with the other oil in there, so yeah, real happy. I'll let you guys know how it goes with the oil I have in there. One thing that I noticed when I pulled the truck outside and I was checking the level, I came under the truck and I was like, wow, there's like oil all on the bottom of my transmission, and it's like everywhere, all up in here. And the more I examined, right here on the corner of my oil pan, it is leaking oil everywhere. Now, this is where it kind of gets interesting, because now I don't have a warranty. So now we're going to bring it back and just see what they'll do for me, because this really isn't related to anything I did, leaking from the oil pan. So it should be covered. But yeah, maybe there'll be a video coming up, see if they'll cover this. But as you can see, there's just oil everywhere all under here. So I'll keep a better eye on this. This is actually the first time I noticed it's like everything's just covered. That's about it for this video, guys. If you really liked what you saw, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
You could save me.